brucellosis in small ruminants. Brucellosis is a contagious and most widespread zoonotic disease which seriously endangers the small ruminant production. This disease, brucellosis, causes heavy economic loss to the livestock industry. It primarily affects cattle, buffalo, sheep, goat, dogs, pigs, bison, horses, and humans. And the disease is characterized by abortion, stillbirth, birth of weak cubs, placentitis, retained placenta, orchitis, and infection of the accessory glands. These are some synonyms of human and animal brucellosis. Now, coming to the history of brucellosis, today's nomenclature brucellosis is credited to Sir David Bruce, who has discovered Micrococcus melitensis bacteria. Then coming to the geographical distribution of brucellosis, and it is seen that Indian subcontinent are the endemic zone for brucellosis. Some countries are free from brucellosis reported by WA 2022 are Canada, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand. Then worldwide prevalence of Brucella melitensis in domestic animals. In this map, we can see the blue colored zone which indicates Brucella melitensis infection reported in sheep, goat, cattle, and human. And India is coming under this blue zone. Then state-wise prevalence of brucellosis in sheep in India, it is seen that Karnataka is having highest prevalence. And nationwide overall prevalence of brucellosis in sheep is 11%. Then prevalence of brucellosis in goat in India, it is again seen that Karnataka is having highest prevalence, followed by Haryana, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Maharashtra. And nationwide overall prevalence of brucellosis in goat is 5%. Then coming to the Brucella organism, they are small gram-negative coccobacilli, and they are facultative intracellular. This slide depicts the natural host and Brucella species like sheep and goat are the natural host for Brucella melitensis. Pigs are the natural host for Brucella suis, and dogs are the natural host for Brucella canis. Cattle and buffalo are the natural or primary host for Brucella abortus. Here we can see Brucella ovis, this species, it is not transmitted to human being. And other than this, most of the species, they are transmitted to human being. And interspecies transmission is also reported, also there in this brucellosis. These are some biovars of Brucella. And it is seen that Brucella melitensis, it is the most virulent and most pathogenic organism responsible for majority of human infection. Predisposing factors or risk factors include herd size management practices, breeding method. So large herd size and poor management practices imparts the disease prevalence in that farm. And it is reported that female are the most vulnerable for this disease. The outcome of the infection also depend on number of infective organisms as well as their virulence. Transmission of brucellosis in animal. Ingestion, it is the most common mode of transmission of brucellosis in case of animals. And venereal transmission or sexual transmission, then congenital transmission, inhalation. In this way also, this organism can transmit to the animal. Then transmission of brucellosis in human, like eating and drinking of unpasteurized dairy product, then breathing in bacteria during butchery, eating raw meat or blood, then touching the birthing fluid with bare hand. These are the modes of brucella transmission in human. Then accidental inoculation and laboratory acquired brucellosis is also reported through conjunctiva, neonatal infection, or organism can also transmit through transplacental route during delivery or via the ingestion of contaminated breast milk. And WHO reported that person-to-person transmission is rare in case of brucellosis transmission in human. Pathogenesis. This organism mostly enter into the host body via ingestion, inhalation, or cut injury. In these two mode also, they can enter into the host. So after entering into the host, they localize in lymphoid tissues or regional lymph node. Then this bacteria reaches to the blood. Intermittent bacteremia occurs, and then they were phagocytosed by macrophage. The survival and replication of this organism occurs within macrophage. That means they can multiply or they can survive intracellularly both in phagocytic or non-phagocytic cell. Then they can either localize in liver, spleen, lymph node, and bone marrow, or they can localize in genital organ. These are some virulence factor of brucella organism. After coming or entering into the host, this brucella organism, they fuse with endosome and they form a brucella containing vacuole. This brucella containing vacuole then fuse with rough endoplasmic reticulum and transform to brucellosome. In this way, this organism adapts itself soon after entry into the host cell. After formation of this brucella containing vacuole, these organisms are subjected to host phagolysosomal degradation. And 90% of internalized brucella are killed by the action of the host hydrolyzing enzyme. But remaining 10% of the organism, they escape the host killing mechanism by releasing variety of affected protein into the host cell. One of such protein is Vir-V operon, which encodes type 4 secretion system. Smooth LPS are highly pathogenic because it helps brucella for escaping the innate immunoresponse. Then cyclic beta-1,2 glucan, it is another virulence factor which are required for intracellular survival and help. This virulence factor helps in prevention of phagolysosome fusion. Then type 4 secretion system. These also inject some brucella effector protein into the host cytosol, and in this way brucella can survive and replicate inside the host cell by escaping all the immunomechanism of the host. Then the erythritol, which is a polyhydric alcohol, it is an important growth factor for brucella, and it is present in high concentration in placenta of cattle, sheep, goat, and pig. And because of this growth factor, brucella is having higher affinity for gravid uterus of this species. Then who are at risk? Laboratory worker, farmers, veterinarian, abattoir workers, and consumer of unpasteurized dairy products, they are at risk because it is a widespread zoonotic disease. So in human, these are the symptoms mostly occurs when brucella enter into the human being, like undulant fever, usually peaks in the evening and slowly returns to normal by morning. So because of this disease, the name human brucellosis, also known as undulant fever. Then like headache, pain in muscle and joint, then night sweat. These are also symptoms when brucella infect human beings. Then abortion. So it has been reported that some cases of spontaneous human abortion and congenital and neonatal infection of the delivery team also reported with this Brucella melitensis organism. Bovine brucellosis. Bovine brucellosis, in this case, third trimester abortion occur mostly, and retained placenta, endometritis, birth of dead or weak calves, low milk yield. These are the signs for bovine brucellosis. Then coming to the signs in sheep and goat. So similar signs are also occurs in sheep and goat, like abortion, stillbirth, weak offspring, and abortion mostly occurs at final 2 months of pregnancy or at 4th month of pregnancy. Then arthritis, infertility, orchitis, epididymitis, these are the signs in case of brucellosis in sheep and goat. In these photographs, it is showing some abortion cases in 2 months of pregnancy, in final 2 months of pregnancy in sheep goat. In these photographs, it is showing the stillbirth fetus with necrotic placenta and aborted fetus of sheep. Then hygroma in joints, swollen testicles. In these photographs, it is seen. These photographs, it is showing some enlargement of scrotum in case of sheep goat due to brucella infection. Post-mortem lesion, gross lesion like necrotizing orchitis, epididymitis, necrotizing placentitis with thickened leathery appearance are the gross lesion seen in case of sheep and goat. And in case of microscopic lesion, necrosis and infiltration of neutrophil and macrophage in chorionic membrane. The organism also may be present in chorionic epithelial cell. Then presence of some epithelioid cell in the endometrium is also seen in as microscopic lesion. In these photographs, it is showing enlargement of an affected epididymis or epididymitis in sheep. In this photograph A, it is showing hemorrhagic and necrotic placenta. Then B, necrosis of placenta. C, it is showing edematous carcass, and D, it is showing necrotic and reddened placenta. It is all the cases of brucellosis in small ruminants. Then coming to the differential diagnosis. So up to this, we have studied about Brucella melitensis infection in sheep and goat. That means it causes abortion at 4th month. But other than this Brucella melitensis, some other organism like caprine herpes virus 1, chlamydiosis, Coxiella burnetii, leptospirosis, listeriosis, these organisms are also involved in abortion. So we must go for differential diagnosis based on the time of abortion and based on the lesions. Diagnosis of brucellosis. Diagnosis depends upon the history of previous abortion, if any, then clinical signs and symptoms, post-mortem lesions, sample collection, serological assays, isolation, biochemical assay, then molecular detection. So these are some sample which is used for laboratory diagnosis of brucellosis. Direct microscopic examination can be performed by gram staining. Stamp method or modified gel insert staining technique can be performed, as this organism is a partial acid-fast organism. Foster staining, it demonstrates brucella in smear from placenta. Coming to the isolation and identification of the agent, like culture, we can use basal media like trypto soy agar, blood agar, potato infusion agar. But this organism, they prefer animal serum and glucose. So 2 to 5% of animal serum must be incorporated in the media for the better growth of this organism. But for isolation, it requires Biosafety Cabinet 3 or BSL-3 laboratory, as the organism is zoonotic organism. Then selective medium like Farrell's medium, it is a selective media for this organism. These are some photographs showing Brucella colonies. These organisms are microaerophilic or capnophilic. They prefer 5 to 10% carbon dioxide. So these are the photographs showing translucent honey-colored colony in potato infusion agar. Serological assays. No single serological assay is appropriate in all epidemiological situation and all animal species. It is reported as per WOH Terrestrial Manual 2022. So we cannot rely on single serological assay. So we can perform 2 or 3 or more than 2 serological assay. So these are some serological assays like Rose Bengal plate test, buffered plate agglutination test, milk ring test, serum agglutination test, complement fixation test, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay, fluorescent polarization assay. So RBPT and milk ring test as well as the STAT, these tests are, it can be performed at field level itself. So this is a photograph showing RBPT test. In positive cases, there is clumping. So this test, it can be performed in field level itself. Then serum agglutination test. So serum agglutination test, in case of this test, 1:40 titer, it interprets persistent infection. 1:40 and above, it interprets the persistent infection. 1:40 established infection. 1:20 establishing febrile infection. So in this case, these are positive, and if it is 1:10, and it shows the negative result. So milk ring test, it is a hard test. It is also performed for screening of Brucella antibody in milk. It can also be performed in field level. ELISA test, it is another highly sensitive test for detection of Brucella antibody, like IgG ELISA for screening in endemic areas, IgM ELISA for diagnosis of suspected animals. As I have already mentioned, minimum 2 serological tests must be performed for confirmation or screening of the brucellosis disease. And as per WA, it is reported that RBPT, ELISA, FPA, and BFAT are the suitable screening tests. So these are some biochemical confirmation or biochemical assay for confirmation of Brucella organism. Then coming to the molecular methods, like conventional PCR, multiplex PCR real-time, and LAMP test we can perform for detection of Brucella organism. So multiplex PCR, it can differentiate field strain from vaccine strain, and the different species also we can identify by this multiplex PCR assay. So MOS PCR, MLDA PCR, Bruce-Leder, these are some variant of multiplex PCR. Then real-time PCR, it is for quantification of the concentration of DNA or quantitative measurement of DNA in clinical sample. Then LAMP assay or loop mediated isothermal amplification assay, it is also very sensitive and highly specific. It can also be performed at field level because minimum facility is required for this amplification assay. There is no practical treatment for infected animal, but long-term antibiotic treatment is sometimes successful. And as per WHO, rifampicin and doxycycline is reported to be the suitable antibiotics for treating brucellosis. Some researchers also reported that chlortetracycline and streptomycin and a combination of oxytetracycline and streptomycin are reported to be effective. But according to WOW, they have reported that antibiotic is not an effective tool for controlling of this Brucella disease because it does not allow the total clearance of the infection. And the cost of antibiotic, it is too high and it requires prolonged doses. And it also exceeds the limits of maximum residues in animals, which is not good for human consumption. Coming to the control and prevention. So sanitation or using biosafety and management measure, test and slaughter, vaccination are the control measure for this brucellosis. Most disinfectant like hypochlorite, 70% ethanol, isopropanol are useful disinfectant for farm premises for this brucellosis control program. Then test and slaughter. So test and slaughter is an effective way for eradication of the disease, and where the disease is low prevalence, having low prevalence in these areas, they can go for test and slaughter for complete eradication of the disease. But for the country like India, it is not useful because lack of resources to compensate farmer and a ban on slaughter, test and slaughter policy cannot be implemented in India. Vaccination coverage and vaccine efficacies appear to be the key factor for success of Brucella melitensis control program. Brucella melitensis Rev1 vaccine and Brucella melitensis H38 vaccines are available. But Brucella melitensis vaccines, it is a live attenuated vaccine, and Brucella melitensis H38, it is a killed vaccine. So these are the vaccines. It is based on global research, or globally it is used, but in India it is not used. Then coming to the control and prevention. Disease surveillance by serological test, purchasing sheep and goat from known sources, avoid mixing your animal with other flocks, testing new purchase before adding to your flock, control of wildlife reservoir, continuous serological monitoring of animals at AI center, the cooperation and support of farmers. Veterinary organization should increase farmer awareness through continuous education and training program, wear proper attire, gloves, masks, goggles if dealing with infected animals or tissues, avoid consumption of raw unpasteurized dairy product or undercooked meat. Disease reporting to be encouraged. So it has been seen that though some cases are positive, but disease reporting is not there. So some areas, they are hiding the disease reporting system. And lastly, proper disposal of carcass or aborted fetus or uterine discharge. Conclusion: brucellosis is one of the neglected zoonotic disease. It remains undetected for precise period, but potent transmission to the healthy host. It is a devastating disease causing economically significance in human as well as animals. No effective treatment for this facultatively intracellular bacteria. As I have already mentioned, this is a facultatively intracellular bacteria. So antibiotic is not useful for this organism. That is why the vaccination program, regular seromonitoring, and elimination of infected animal might be the alternative to counter this menace. Then, without controlling brucellosis among animals, we cannot think about effective control of the human brucellosis. As health of human being is closely related to the health of animal. So, one health strategy must be adapted, and it is a collaborative approach among veterinary, medical, and multiple disciplines to improve the lives of human, animal, and environment health. So, we must go for one health strategy to be adopted. A country cannot be free of brucellosis unless the brucellosis is eliminated from small ruminants. Though Government of India has launched a flagship brucella control program during 2019 with bovine calves vaccination, it is a tiny leap towards to eradicate brucellosis from India. Thank you. Namaskar.